We'll just come in when she's
Get
here.
started. Oh, we're recording.
Love it.
Yes. Okay. Well, we can start whenever we want, bitches.
I think we start right now. Oh, okay, yeah. Paul. We were like on a little bit of a roll, man. Oh wait, was that you, Nigel?
Not you called him Nigel?
Oh my god.
Nigel, wow.
How 420 is it right now for you?
Did I call you by your old internet alias?
So I can mess up your name. Which A in Fizza is silent, so I can mess it up.
Hey.
The first one is, so it's like, you know, like the word Baha'i? It's like,
cool. I'm going to pronounce the first A now whenever I say your name.
Bitch, I'm calling you Nigel forever from now. I have the Mean Girls background. It's in my character.
Well, where the hell did I get Nigel from? It was like one of your username, like, you know, because you always do like something that's not your name. You know, you do like a cute little, like, what do you have right now? Hold on, let me go on your Twitter. It's like a whole.
On Twitter?
Other fucking name.
What? But can we ask Nigel here a question?
Nigel, I'm sorry, dude.
What ship are you sailing? Like what?
Greta.
Oh man.
Oh, you know what it is? Okay, yeah. So I'm just like, because the way my brain works is it just takes, okay, I'm just going to show you. His name on Twitter, oh yeah, because I have the fucking background. His name on Twitter is Greta Gernig, right?
Yeah.
So
I was like, are you even allowed to say that first part?
What's in all caps? The NIG part. And then I see Niles 100, and I was fucking around on Twitter today because I'm trying to do more on my Twitter. So like I was just looking at your shit because you're about to do the podcast. You tagged us and like so it's
Are you gonna take another 40 minutes to explain why you got this man's name wrong?
NIG, and then under it is Niles. So Niles. Okay, happy 420, guys.
Anyways, thank you for joining us, Niles Abston, comedian, whose first album it's your first album, right? Coming out?
First album ever.
May 1st.
Maybe only album, depending on how this goes.
Everything from now on is going to be a podcast.
Yeah. No more stand-up.
What's the title of your album? It's Girls Don't Twerk to Jokes, right?
Girls Don't Twerk to Jokes.
I feel like Fizza twerks to everything.
I think
I twerk to the shit that's not supposed to be twerked to. I'll twerk to opera music. Give me a yodel. I'll twerk to a yodel, Niles.
Yodel?
Nigel.
Let me go get that yodeling kid from Walmart.
I was thinking that too.
Let's see it.
Oh man. How have you been?
I've been terrible. How about y'all?
I've been pretty good.
I would say middling. I would say every day is a roller coaster.
I hate this shit.
I miss stand-up so much.
Me too. I miss stand-up. I miss being outside and touching people. So
I am feeling really good about this break right now.
Well, good for you.
I feel great. I don't miss stand-up. If I miss it, I'll like watch a video or do a Zoom. Because you know what it is? I was just talking to someone about this. They're like, you must be missing it because like you go up a lot. And it's just like, I was burning out. I was fucking burning out. Like if this didn't happen, I would have just gotten sick of this shit that I like am supposed to love. That I don't want to say I'm supposed to love, but like this thing I love. I was getting fucking
appreciate it more now, right?
I'm more excited about doing it again.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, at the beginning of this year, I like quit. I was like painful into stand up, and I literally like every night I was like, man, I just really appreciate being on stage. It just feels so good to be on stage. And I was in this routine where I was doing like a show or a mic a night or something, getting up every night, and I was just so excited and happy to be on stage. And then that happened, and everybody was like, well, you'll appreciate stand up more. And I was like, no, I was doing fine. This didn't need to happen. Like I was appreciating it pretty well before this shit. I
I watched the first cut of my special the other night, and all it did was just make me miss performing. I was like, man, this is how it used to be.
Yeah.
You know, I think like I was like, I need a rehab. Like what I keep telling you guys, like I feel like I needed some sort of rehab, some recalibration. And, you know, I think this is scaring a lot of people because it's fucked up a lot of people's plans. But, you know, now it's like I have nothing but to, you know, like it's not a distraction anymore. I think I was using that as a distraction, stand up as a distraction from dealing with my other shit, you know?
I'm sure you're not.
I'm just glad you're just having this great awakening.
Right with Taco Bell behind me. You see that Taco Bell?
This ruined my life, so I'm just glad. My solace is that Fizza is just having this awakening right now.
I don't mind this. Oh, look, I think Zara's
I think she's not getting the hint right now. Niles. She's like, this is great. Yeah, you're right.
A million people died, but like I'm figuring out myself. So like
no, you know what? I'll tell you this much. I don't know if Niles knows this, but like literally everyone in my family's on the front line too. So it's like, you know, it's not, I can't live in that also. Because
I
like
won't talk that much shit about you later. That's good.
No, you talk all the shit you want. I love it. I love a good razzing. So please, I'm here. I'm open for it. Zara's on. Zara, you on?
A good old razzing.
Is this 1927? Who says that?
Give me the old razzle dazzle.
Yo.
What's up, Zara?
Mean Girls. You have the Mean Girls bedroom in your background?
Of course Zara would recognize it.
Oh, that is what that's from.
Regina, that's what I've been saying.
Not at home, huh?
What?
Wait, how do I just get a picture and use it as my background? Is that what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We'll do a tutorial later.
Okay.
Niles,
you guys like my cup? I've been using this in every meeting. I don't know.
Harder than ugly strippers. Ugly strippers be going hard. I know. So
I got this one. Do you guys see this one?
A few of them have taken.
Tears. You gotta put it in front of you. Yeah.
And tears.
You guys are so hydrated. Where's my?
Is coffee hydrating? I don't know if it is.
I got tea.
Cup right now. Tea.
You're still working, right?
Taco Bell background behind me.
If anyone asks, we're meeting not during work hours. So
yeah, this is recorded at 11 o'clock at night. So
yes, exactly.
Whatever you say is what the
daylight shining on all of us. What?
I said whatever you say on here is the only information they'll have.
Yeah, it is 11 p.m. at night. We're in Finland where they have daylight all the time. That's why there's sunlight in my room right now.
You could change your background.
I should. How do I? Yeah, I'll figure this out later.
Yeah, well.
What I miss
Niles is in Mississippi, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Niles,
are you really
there?
Because his family's there.
I was gonna be here anyway. I was visiting my parents.
Oh, is it safer?
This happened, and then this happened, and my mom was like, "You not leaving?" And I was like, oh, "Fuck, okay."
It's smart though, if you're already there.
Yeah. How's Mississippi handling it though? Are you guys?
Oh, they're not. They just opened up like fishing and stuff today. So I was driving around, and there's people outside fishing and on boats, and I think they're gonna open the state back up on April 30th. So I'm getting everything I need now. So I'll never leave the house again. So I'm probably gonna go to the liquor store tomorrow.
Liquor store sales have been drastically increased, like more than the holidays. Everyone's
really
a whole lot. Yeah,
I haven't been to one yet, but
yeah, everyone's drinking a lot, like a lot.
You have to stock up out here because they don't sell alcohol on Sundays in Mississippi anywhere. So
oh, they're so religious there. That's crazy.
Oh look, you're hydrating also, Niles.
Yeah, I got some lemonade.
Chick-fil-A.
Is that you got your Chick-fil-A lemonade? So
it's not open on Sundays, so you must have bought that shit today because we're recording on a Monday.
Hold on, Niles. You're okay having Chick-fil-A despite all the controversy?
I love gay people. What they got to do with me?
What does that got to do with me?
That's their problem.
Have you ever boycotted anything because of like these issues? Like not necessarily gay issues, but like political or like.
Yeah, I don't buy Gucci clothes.
Why not Gucci?
I can't afford it. So been boycotting that for like 20 years now. How about that?
You know what?
That's like a lifespan.
I got a couple of Gucci items. I got a couple of Gucci items and one of them is fake. and I wear them on stage, and every time I have to deal with somebody like, oh, you're wearing Gucci on stage. I'm like, it's fake.
You hate black people.
I'm protesting by wearing fake Gucci, okay?
That works.
Be away from Gucci, you know.
I like that you have to explain it every time, though. You're like,
every time
Gucci,
someone's
if I see you in Gucci, I'm going full Kanye. Zara Ali does not care about black people. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
oh, that's your new definition of Kanye. Okay,
Unbelievable.
it has not been updated. I see.
I haven't paid attention to anything Kanye's done outside of 2009. So
That's fair. You know what? That's better times.
You know, in 2020, Kanye doesn't care about black people. Like, that's the new.
I don't pay attention to it, so I don't know what's going on.
All right, just making sure.
Niles is on this plausible deniability thing.
You know, Niles, has your album dropped yet?
May
We
1st.
already talked about that May 1st.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Thanks.
I watched it the other night. I'm happy with it.
So you're doing video as well?
Yeah, the specials is gonna drop on YouTube, and then you can listen to it on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon, all that. So
yeah, I was there for the taping. It was
were there.
It was lit.
Lit.
Litty. What are they? I don't know what's Gen Z using.
Was it funny though? Like, how about that?
Zara's like it was brightly lit that night. Great lighting.
The lighting
I appreciate
been
you
better,
coming.
honestly,
It was a fun night. It was a lot. There was a lot of people there.
They actually
You were
like flashed
very
the light.
funny.
They were like, get off the stage, get off the fucking stage. It was just,
Niles burned the light, which is fine. It was his taping. He can do whatever he wants.
I did 72
yeah,
minutes.
you could watch it if you wanted to.
Yo, 72 minutes.
Yeah.
So we cut out like 15 minutes of it. So
That's like a full Zoom show.
So it was 72 minutes of just him, and then he had on 4 or 5 comics before him.
Yep.
So we were just like, by the time he was halfway through his like routine, we were all drunk and just like laughing at, like, he would open his mouth and we're like, ah, shit.
yeah, it all went according to plan. I knew exactly.
It was
what to
great.
do. I knew when the drunk peak would be. So that's when
Yep.
I knew what to do halfway through.
And then I napped in my car on the way home. It was wonderful.
Yeah, everybody said they got really good sleep that night from being drunk. So
He was drunk. Also, like, laughing a lot makes you tired.
yeah, it's draining. For sure.
It works
I
out
miss
bad,
that.
you know?
I
Yeah.
really miss that, because that's also a thing about stand-up is like you were guaranteed to like laugh your ass off at least once a night. It could be at the jokes, it could be at the people, but you were gonna
Right.
laugh really hard. And I'm like, I'm just sitting in my apartment watching Netflix, like,
Yeah, right. It's just not the same. Not the same
I
at all.
know.
I've been binge watching, like, in the background. I've had on like Sex in the City, and I realized that like so much of that show is so politically incorrect if you like bring it to 2020.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's
Not-
20 years
I've
ago.
never.
It's crazy. It wasn't that long ago, like 15.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
I've never watched it.
It was over 20 years ago, actually.
I've
That's like
never
my whole
watched
life.
it. It's your whole life. That's the whole time you've been protesting Gucci.
Yeah.
They've just been buying it up, and you're like, nah.
You don't even know
I
who
know
Sarah
at the back of my
Jessica Parker
hand.
is, huh?
I think I've seen maybe 3 Sex in the City episodes.
I don't think I've seen a full episode, and I like almost got into a fight with a close friend about it. She was like, "You really need to watch it. I think you'd like it." And I was like, I think it would get like, no, like she was.
You know
She was
what's
like, you need to give it a
interesting?
chance. And I was like, I don't know, or give a fuck who Big is.
What's interesting about that show is that like they didn't have the terminology of fuckboys back then,
But all the characters were.
but it's really like, forgetting all the politically correctness, that stuff aside, like understanding that it was a different time 20 years ago.
Mhm.
It's so relatable for women in their like 20s and 30s, because like we still deal with the same fuckboy shit
Of course.
that
That's
they
what-
dealt with back then too.
I like was a fan of like No Scrubs when it came out, but like it only is until I started like I moved to LA and did comedy when I like fully realized those 90s bops. I was like,
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
song's a hate crime
damn.
against my people.
Against fuckboys? Niles, you were soft as fuck. I
Oh,
don't know
come
what you're
on.
talking
No,
about.
I'm just saying
know
men in
what?
general.
You're still
Niles.
saying what?
I just said men in general. I think that's a hate crime.
Oh, it's a.
Niles.
I love hate crimes against men in general.
Me too.
Right. I'm sure you do.
But hey, someday you will be that guy who has scrubs riding in his passenger seat of his car, okay?
Will I?
One day you will graduate to that. It will be fine.
Can we talk about this? I think it's Niles, you like legit one of the funniest people, one of the best people in stand-up. But you have this persona sometimes where you're like, I'm a nice guy and girls don't twerk to my jokes.
They don't. They don't. These women in LA, they be doing me dirty, Polly. So
How do they do you dirty? Because you're like saying when she said your special was lit, you're like, well, was it funny? Now if they're twerking to your jokes, you'd be like, why aren't you laughing? Like, what do you want?
What do you want from us?
What do you want,
Niles,
Nigel?
Niles, you have really high expectations.
There's an inside
you just
joke.
need to let people be, you know, like let them come to you.
I just want to be treated well. That's all I
You got your
Laura's looking at me like, why are you calling him Nigel?
so you've gotten your heart broken, right, Niles?
a few times. I mean, if you listen to the special, I think I detailed most of them. So
Yeah. Yeah. It was a very thorough account of all of his heartbreaks in Los Angeles.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to it for that part.
It's a good 4 or 5 in there. 2 of the most recent ones. Fuck them.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Niles,
you
I was just gonna ask, do you shit where you eat? Like, are these past?
Do we have to do that here?
Comics. He's doing comics.
We could. I got a Taco Bell in the background. I shit where I eat.
I've dabbled here and there. I can't. I'm not gonna be a
You
hypocrite.
dabble. I shit where I shit where I eat.
SpongeBob.
I
He
love
wants
SpongeBob.
names.
Don't do that to me. I can
Tell
quote
him.
all of season.
Batman,
SpongeBob wants
yo.
names.
Fuck
He
Batman.
wants names. He wants
Come
names.
on, Niles,
I
spill the
love
tea.
SpongeBob, but
No,
nah.
you don't have to. But have
Yeah,
you
I've dabbled here and there. I talk about it on
said-
my special. It's whatever.
You said a lot of these have resulted in heartbreak. Do you think it's become more complicated because you're seeing these people like at shows, at mics or whatever, like
Nah,
on
because
flyers in your feed and shit?
one quit because they weren't that good, and then the other one doesn't really try. So it's just like I don't see them at all. So I'm cool on that.
Damn, Niles.
So
You
they're not
forget
real
that.
comics.
You
They're
forget
just,
that
like,
I know
open
one of
micers.
them.
I'm just saying they don't really do it.
Okay, that's okay.
Well, damn,
I'm not saying she's not funny. She's hilarious. I'm just saying she doesn't really do it. And then the other one I think quit. So I don't.
Yeah.
She's not in the rotation, or you just don't ask.
No,
about
I'm just
her.
I'm more of a clean break kind of person. Like
So wait, Niles, do you have a rotation or are you on someone else's rotation?
Niles seems like he's on someone else's rotation. Let me answer that question for him.
here's the thing.
Are you on a few rotations?
Here's the thing. I don't want to answer this completely because a lot of these women watch the stuff I do. So I don't want to
Answer the damn question,
I
Niles.
do that, and then it messes, and then y'all end up messing up some future conquests for me. So
I can't believe you would
We are
change your
women.
comedy for some bitches, Niles. How dare you?
That's all I do this for. What you mean? If she says, "Hey, don't make jokes about that," all right, sure, I won't. Cool.
Yo,
Whatever.
Niles, you want to borrow my boyfriend arm? You can have him.
No, I'm good. It's white. I'm cool.
I know. I was gonna be like,
Yeah.
that's a white boy.
He's white. I named him Nathaniel because
Yeah.
that's a white name.
That
but
is a very white name.
yeah.
But I do okay. I'll just put it that way.
Mhm.
You're happy with your how
I
many
feel like
times
you're
have
wearing
you-
shades, so we can't really make eye contact with you.
I don't want you to see how high I am. That's what it is.
Niles,
Oh
how
yeah,
often do
happy
you have sex?
420.
Yeah. What is that?
I said, how often do you have sex? Like on average.
This
I'm
is
very
the blunt
curious.
question.
People have Sex in the City, they talk about all the time. Like, what's the what becomes a dry spell? You said you're doing all right, so I was just very
Wait,
What's the dry spell for me?
wait, does that make you a Samantha or something? If you're asking, is that the one, the saucy one?
Yeah,
Yeah, the saucy
Samantha, but
one's
I'm just
Samantha.
curious, like because everyone's definition's different. Like for all of you guys, like what's a dry spell and what's like
I'd say
ideal?
a dry spell's like a few weeks.
You're fine, bitch. Whatever.
I'm also 25. That's not good.
Yeah, you got hormones.
Right.
I feel like guys, by the time like you guys get like really hot and handsome and like figure out the game for women is when you start aging.
Yeah.
You know,
When your dick slows down. When you get better in all the other ways is when your dick slows down.
And you start having more estrogen. You start getting more. You become more feminine, and you guys
start getting in touch with your feelings. You stop.
Wait, you get more estrogen as you get older. So that so we're just trying to date women. That's when we find them more appealing.
We're trying to date men who are in touch with their feminine side, who can share their feelings.
I feel like Niles shares his feelings.
You guys are evading the question. That was a question for all of you guys.
Oh, for all of us? Bitch, you know I don't fuck. You know I want to fuck all the time and I don't fuck. We know, we've talked about this every episode. Moving on. Zara.
Hullaby talks about it on stage too. We know. Everybody knows.
It's 1,000%
what about
my
you,
brain.
though?
Is that a choice?
You?
About me? Well, we're in the process of all these grown-up things right now. So there is no, he threw out his back coughing. So there's that. There just hasn't been much going on.
Wow, y'all definitely in love. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're gonna get married.
I don't want that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm moving to the suburbs, you guys. It's happening. It's happened. It's happening. We're in the process of it. So I guess that means I'm in love if I'm leaving the city to go to the suburbs, right?
Wow. You got it bad, dog.
You know what does not happen in the suburbs? Thank you. But sex does not happen in the suburbs. There's none of that happening.
No, that's usually domestic violence. But
that's comforting to know, given my parents live in the suburbs. That's comforting to know.
Yeah, what did we do over the weekend? We looked at paint swatches. We booked an exterminator.
That's gross.
You're dream life.
Cut the recording.
I just became.
I know.
40, I became 40 listening.
No,
I feel like I just moved back to Utah.
None of this stuff is sexy. None of it.
But it's like everything you wanted. You've been wanting this. So you've been wanting to settle.
I mean, yes, I have, but also it's just I wanted that, but I also wanted romance. But it's hard to be romantic during a pandemic when you're trying to move. There's just I don't think
going on.
Getting laid during the pandemic. Honestly,
I feel like commitment is romance, right? I feel like that's hella romantic.
Yeah.
Relationships are dynamic. You're never gonna be stuck in one point. It's an always moving, evolving thing. It's not easy. It's not pretty.
Yeah. The hottest thing I did this weekend was buy a washer and dryer. That's the hottest.
Okay, that's hot for single people too, though.
Yeah,
to have
washer
an in-unit
and dryer.
That's crazy.
My kids, washer and dryer.
Washer. Oh, it is a sexy ass washer.
Wait, Fizza, do you name your kids washer and dryer because only one of them's working at a time?
Unless she
knows my apartment so well.
Unless she has two loads going, you never know. She can multitask.
Yeah, she does. We talked about that on this podcast. Hey, Niles, do you believe in believe in for yourself marriage and shit, or are you nah?
I go back and forth with it. My mom wants me to get married yesterday.
Question for you, Niles, along those lines. If you get somebody knocked up, will you marry her?
No.
Will your parents be upset if you don't marry her?
Yes. My parents.
Is there a risk of Niles getting someone knocked up? I haven't heard of this issue in Niles' life.
I mean, I don't know. I just, it's Corona. People are quarantined.
This is giving people too much confidence. This girl sent me her titties the other day, and I'm just so what am I supposed to do with this?
See what I mean? He's getting titty pics. It's not.
Whoa! Don't be ungrateful for tit pics in this time. How dare you, Niles? You're supposed to fucking enjoy. Who doesn't enjoy titties?
I mean,
I do. I enjoy them.
I can't do nothing with that. It's just I'm at home. I'm about to watch Netflix. Why are you
seeing me? Appreciate the art.
Okay, this is where the nice guy thing
is. You don't want to make noise in your parents' house.
That's not her problem, though.
No, it's just it's a pandemic. Don't send me titties. What is wrong with you?
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
so it was non-consensual.
Was it unsolicited?
It was just random. It was just random.
Oh, it was an unsolicited tit pic. Okay, I understand.
I appreciate it, but it's just that's just we in a pandemic. I can't do nothing with this. You don't act this way outside of a pandemic.
Where does this thirsty
so much confidence now?
Is she not in your town right now in Mississippi? Where is this?
No, it's out here, but it's just like I'm not doing that.
People know you're home. You got to take advantage of it. I mean,
No.
if she's been in quarantine and you're in quarantine, odds are you're both safe. I don't know.
I don't think that's medical advice. Anybody listening to this,
That's not right.
No,
don't listen to me. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a medical doctor, but I do know people have been doing this because everyone's been in quarantine in LA at least for a month. So if they're not showing any symptoms and they haven't been outside, they've safely been like visiting other people who've also.
That's not quarantine.
Yo, there was a pool party here last weekend. Okay,
I'm sure it was.
Ridiculous.
Some people don't care. So
people don't care. People don't.
I feel like 3 years ago I wouldn't have cared. I was pretty stupid at 22. So.
Well, you're also.
That's when I met you.
You're in a different state, so you're like also it's good. It's more lax outside of like the big cities, especially with New York.
But we have a lot of people with that shit though.
Yeah, I mean,
it be a hotbed right now.
Yeah, like per capita, because the state only has 2 million people, or like 2 to 4 million, something like that. But like per capita, like we're up there, like in the top 10.
So they're saying April 30th is going to be fine.
They don't care.
Is Mississippi was late to the game, right? Like
very late. Like I had been out here for a week, and then they were like shelter in, whatever.
Late in, early out. Like the shit's not going to go away. For,
like we haven't done a full lockdown for a whole month yet. Like it's been like 2.5 weeks out here.
Well, time hits Mississippi differently.
Exactly. Mississippi abolished slavery in 2013. Look it up.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Wait, what? That was a thing?
Yeah, because on the books.
High school.
Yeah, on the books there. Niles, don't. That's what you're gonna tell your kids. You're like,
yeah, I can't wait to tell my kids. Dad, I don't want to take the trash out. Bitch, I was a slave. Okay, you gonna take the trash out?
You are crazy.
Look it up. 2013.
No, it's the thing. They're also like Colorado or another state had something similar where they didn't explicitly outlaw slavery. I can't remember which state it was, but it was like another state that like had it on the books and like it just wasn't like implemented.
Everybody talking about Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman got shit on me. I was a slave and I drove a car. What Harriet Tubman do? So.
You're not winning this one, Niles.
Hey, Niles. I figured you don't really need an update on Kanye. You got it.
Yeah.
That's about
you downloaded it.
When he said slavery was a choice, I was kind of like, well, as a former slave, like I kind of see what he.
You know, I didn't believe in the whole 5G like shit, but now I'm starting to think that Niles is acting funny.
I graduated high school as a slave. What was the rest of their
5G conspiracy?
Oh my gosh.
I learned how to read, drive, everything. So
I feel like the corona hit your brain a little bit. Are you okay? Are you right?
I'm always like this.
Okay.
Part of the reason why I wanted to do an album by 25 so I could like look back and see how stupid I was. So now I have like an hour of like I can go back at any time and be like, I was this dumb at 25.
And the rest of us will know how dumb you were at 25. Well, because we lived it, but also your kids will know how dumb you were at 25. It's out there. It's out there now. It's great. Have your parents heard it yet? Have you given?
No, I'm kind of hoping they just like don't support it like they haven't supported anything else. So,
wait, so they
well,
don't.
No, they watched the sketches I wrote for Comedy Central. I'll never forget that. Like when it dropped, my dad like shared it on Facebook. My son wrote this with Comedy Central and Roy Wood Jr. I was like, nigga, you ain't ever shared no comedy shit I've ever done. And then as soon as I do something for Comedy Central, it's all over his Facebook. It was funny. My grandma like called me and was like giving me industry advice. And I was like, Grandma, you live in small town Louisiana. What are you talking about?
That's so cute. What did she say? What was her advice?
She was just like, make sure you, in fact, I don't even remember. It was something about like, find a good producer and all this kind of stuff. I was like, Grandma, what are you
Was she wrong? Did she lie though? Were those lies?
It was funny. I was just like, where did this come from?
It's so fun. I feel like when you are in entertainment or like in a creative field, like everybody in your family who has an interest in that, like all of their hopes jump out and they're like, this is what I would have done.
Because I have a lot of funny people in my family. Like we were doing like a Zoom call, like all of our like extended family yesterday, and like everybody's just so funny. I was like, oh, so I was just the one smart enough to get out. Okay, cool. Like, no, I have so many funny people. So
are you the first one? Are you the first one in your family, Niles, to get out, or have there been other people who?
Well, my dad's from California. But
okay.
He got in.
Yeah, he moved to Mississippi for law school.
Oh wow.
Never left. He met my mama here and never left. So.
Well, you
What-
could have a mansion in Mississippi for like $5, right? As opposed to
No, for sure. I mean, my parents' house is huge.
How many siblings do you have?
One
Older, or younger?
younger sister. She's 20.
And what is she in college or?
Yeah, she's in college, so she's doing college online and stuff. Do y'all have younger sisters, by the way?
Mhm.
And if
They
you
do.
do, why haven't I known about this?
You don't want
I
to
mean,
know
my
about
younger
my
sister is still way older than you,
No.
Nigel.
First of all, you play too much. This is why I called you a grandma in New York, and I'm not gonna stop now. Anyway, how old is your sister?
No, wait, why'd you call me a grandma?
You were drunk. You probably
Her
don't remember.
sister is.
Oh,
I
like,
do remember after our
I was like,
show.
Fizza, you're my grandma, so I'm just gonna call you Grandma Fizz from now on. But how's your
I'll
sister?
take it. I'll take it. There's
How's your
some-
sister?
She's well, I can't tell you her age without aging myself.
I
You've
know how
already
old you
said
are.
your age
I know
online.
how old you are.
I
Old
have to
enough.
say it's the public record because there's no one else with my name, so I'm very easy to track down.
You've looked this up.
she's-
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you have to. Shit, a bitch that needs to pay her bills. So you're only 25.
Yes,
Okay, you were born in 95.
that's math.
That's correct, Matt.
Niles, you're a baby. Or
I
so
know. So you guys don't have any sisters my age?
I have an older brother that's engaged. Does that help?
That don't. That's not what I
Right?
asked.
Wait,
Y'all
he
are
might.
dumb.
Her
sister-
brother's older than you.
my sister dates guys your age for sure.
That's not what I asked, Zara.
I date guys
You
your
don't have a
age.
sister my age.
But
Y'all
I'm
don't-
your
y'all ain't got
grandma,
no cousins,
so
no
Do
sisters,
you have any?
nothing
Do
my
you
age.
have any friends, Niles? Do you have any friends
All my friends are comics. Y'all don't want
for your
them.
grandma?
I mean, I have younger cousins your age.
What they look like?
So guys, I have an announcement.
Damn, Niles.
I have an announcement. It's finally happened in my family. One of my younger cousins married an African American man.
A black person.
Yes, a black guy. And
She sounded hella white when she said
everyone
that.
everyone was mad at me. They're like, Zara made you do this? Like everybody blamed it on me.
Zara brought that LA bullshit to the family.
I don't know. But people are like, oh, she's following your footsteps. I'm like, what? I'm not married. I would love to marry somebody, but I'm not. What? That's yeah. So
Zara's like, she's not following my footsteps. I wanted to be married.
she's
Right.
the one who's getting
I'm
married.
trying to
like,
get where she is going.
Oh my God. So anyway, yeah. So she got married. She got married like the day after Florida shut down. She's also from Florida and decided to go through with her wedding in Florida.
See,
during
Wait, like-
COVID.
So she didn't do like an isolated wedding. She did like her actual wedding.
So her husband is from Jersey, and luckily he was already down there a couple of days earlier before Florida issued if you're coming from the tri-state area,
Jersey's Florida, the East
Connecticut.
Coast, so.
you're gonna have to do self-isolation. So essentially, like, he was already there, so they decided to have the wedding in her parents' house. Nobody else went to the wedding. Nobody from Jersey, like his family's from Jersey, my family's. Nobody was able to fly down for it. So, it was,
So they could just claim racism. They could just be like, nobody showed up for our wedding. None of y'all supported us.
Zara,
we
What
were
a
all
crazy
like,
man.
Zara,
girl, we're like,
They
girl, like, just do it in like later in the year or
Do
something.
it over Zoom.
maybe she wants to smash. It's a Muslim family. If she can't
Oh,
marry
she's
him, then
doing
she
that?
has to
Like
hide
they're-
all this shit from
Hey,
her family.
You can have
I'm
premarital
for
sex.
it. I'm all for whatever, you know, but like with her, they were like okay with it because he's Muslim. So
Oh, he's a black Muslim. Okay.
yeah.
I call him Muhammad Ali Muslims. That might be bad. I might not be politically correct, whatever. But
I
that's
don't
what-
know. His last name is Ali, so I guess like that just made it easy.
Oh, so yeah, that wasn't no nigga like me. That was like a praying black dude. That's cool though.
Abston, Niles Abston.
That's me.
But even
Florida's
still,
wild
people
though.
were
Like,
like,
I have a crush on this girl
Zara
from
made this
Florida. Should I
happen.
just block her at this point?
You have a crush on a girl from Florida?
Yeah, should I just
That's
block
probably a health
her?
a
Because
health
I feel
scare.
like none of them are gonna make it. So it's just like
So either your feelings or your
I don't want to
physical
watch.
body.
She's too pretty for me to watch her demise over Instagram live. So I'm just like, should I just block her now? Or-
This is the I got hurt twice and now I can't.
I can't watch this girl die over Instagram. So should I just block her? Like, how do I do it?
You don't even. Yeah, I don't know. Is it that fucking bad?
Florida's horrible, dude. They just opened the beaches back up.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like you just gonna get it from living there.
Yeah.
I-
They are all Florida men right now.
Yeah, I
don't
already know.
Have y'all
some-
done that before? Have you ever
What?
done that thing where like you Google your birthday with Florida man? And it
Wait, I'm
shows-
gonna do it right now.
Yeah, Google your birthday with Florida man, and like
Like,
it'll come
including
up with
the
whatever
year?
crime happened on your birthday.
Including the year?
I mean, I just do the day. You could do the year.
Niles, you know I'm from Florida, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I can tell.
man.
I told you. Give me the old razzle dazzle. I love a good razzing.
A
Just
razzle dazzle. Jesus.
fucking.
Wait, is
drop
there
it
like a
on-
Florida man website or something?
No,
Or-
just Google literally your birthday with whatever the date is and Florida man.
All right, I'm doing that right
Like
now.
mine was
A
crazy.
Florida man arrested for throwing cookie at girlfriend. That's really on par with
That
my.
was probably me when I was there the weekend.
No, I would be the girlfriend catching the cookie. I would never waste a cookie. Oh, damn, this is a great mugshot.
Speaking of mugshots, y'all need to know about my favorite Instagram account called Mugshot Ease. And basically,
I know that. I know that
it's
account.
mugshots. And y'all got to see this. It's
Because-
mugshots from all these sexy girls that commit these
Because
crimes.
Max Hoover announced it at Mom Party, our old
It's
mic.
so bad.
And we all looked it up. They're
I
so
don't need no money because I'll just go through Mugshot Ease and start bailing these girls out. These are so bad. And like the crimes they commit not even that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're not too bad. Like some of them are like every once in a while there's one that's like
There
wild.
was one girl that murdered her boyfriend. And she had
Yeah.
the prettiest eyes though. I let her murder me.
Does she look like Carol Baskin?
No.
No. Okay.
February 16th, Florida man. What happened on mine?
On
Florida
my
man claimed that
birthday,
people were eating his brains, and he drove a cart across a course naked.
Oh, we're
So
not
he was-
doing the year.
So he was on
Okay.
meth.
so January 11th, this is not so much on the Florida man, but on the state of Florida. Helicopter blade decapitates Florida man at Brooksville Airport.
Oh, that's not fair that's that guy's title. He doesn't get to be a
I know.
Florida man. He was just an innocent bystander.
He just
Guys,
went- he's in
crazy.
the wrong place.
But like, where do you have to be to get decapitated by a helicopter blade?
Yeah, he was obviously doing
Don't
something.
be victim blaming this poor decapitated
No.
man.
He had
Are
to
you
have meth in his
levitating?
system.
Like-
Like, there's a helicopter coming. I'm not gonna
Something
move.
was-
Like,
I mean, it happened on the movie of Twilight Zone.
Oh my God, are you like parachuting in the wrong place? Like what's like this is
let me
just
see what happened. What happened on 420? 420 with
What?
the Florida man. Let me see.
I
What
don't
was
even
Fizza?
know.
What was yours?
I have two that are pretty excellent. The first one's Florida man spit food into woman's mouth during road rage.
Oh, that's a
just
corona
Mama Bird.
crime.
That's Mama Bird, Baby Bird. That's sometimes how people get fed.
That was actually recently. That was on my last birthday.
Ooh,
wow.
I found a
You get
good
the
one for
corona.
Cleared it up.
420.
That
I
was a
found a
little
good one for
digested.
420.
The saliva. And then the other one is this one's pretty cool. Florida man demands less money during bank robbery.
Oh, I
Oh.
heard about that one.
So we
You've
have a
heard about
socialist- we have a socialist king in the building. I like it.
Yeah. So there's-
420 though.
that's
Florida
enough. I
man-
mean, there's another one. Florida man breaks into restaurants, strips naked, and eats noodles. Oh, no,
That
that's
seems
another
more
one.
on brand with you.
My
'cause-
thing is, if you're gonna do all that, why just eat noodles? Like eat a steak, my nigga. Like what?
Okay, some people prefer noodles. Now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
What
maybe
is-
he was vegan.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What's yours?
420. Florida man found asleep in Taylor Swift's bed, charged with stalking.
Yo, I
He's just
remember
high.
that.
That's scary. That is scary.
That's terrifying.
Oh my gosh. Yo, as a woman, I'm like that's like your biggest fear, isn't it? Like a creeper just like knowing where you live, showing face.
I thought
Like,
you were
just-
gonna say just a man like asleep, not paying attention to you in bed.
That too. That I mean that's
I'm
just
like, this is
life.
insult to injury, man. I don't know
That's
you, and
normal
you're
life.
bored in my bed.
That's just normal life. No, but like we were looking at alarm systems. Another sexy thing I was doing this weekend, looking at an alarm system because even though I'm moving to the suburbs, every LA suburb is like vulnerable to burglaries. Like
Of course.
no matter where you live, unless you live.
Literally living in the suburbs is literally living in a place saying, "Hey, we all have stuff. Rob us." Like that's
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
So
what
so
that
we were
is.
looking. Yeah. So literally the next door neighbor was robbed during this pandemic because she's an older lady. People just assumed that she wasn't home and she got robbed. So now we're looking at alarm systems and stuff. And it's like, there are so many, you can't read these reviews online. There are so many reviews of just like a guy I dated once on Tinder, like broke into my house. And there's a lot of this.
What?
You know,
There
so,
was
like,
the other night, so I'm watching my neighbor's dog. I'm watching my neighbor's dog, and she barks a lot. She barks at everything, and all day we're just like, we're doing podcasts, I'm teaching students, like, be quiet, dog, like, blah, blah, blah. And the other day, my roommate was in the kitchen, and like the door just randomly opened, and she like went off, and we think that somebody was trying to like come into our apartment, which is hard to do because there are several doors to get in. She like went on, we were like, good girl, here's treats, like, because he like got scared and like ran away. We think we didn't see him, but the door just like randomly opened, and there was no like pressure difference or anything. So like I would say get a dog. You have a dog, right, Zara? Your boyfriend has a dog.
Yeah.
Is she a good watchdog? Dizzy?
Is great.
Is it
Dizzy
Dizzy?
is great. He's good. Like but the thing is, like, he's also like, it's other dogs, other squirrels, other animals, and like other people. So if someone's going to be around or like at the door, at the window, he'll like start barking. Like,
Yeah.
it's just good and bad, because if you're trying to sleep and just like there's just cars going by, he'll also just wake you up. But,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's a lot of creepers out there. So yeah, like whenever things go back to normal and people start online dating again, never have an online date pick you up or come in.
Yeah, you meet them there. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Like, until you can trust the guy of like knowing where you live, like never do that.
So like never?
Just never. Until he
Never.
proposes, don't do it. Like,
Don't do it.
crazy out there. It's crazy.
I don't think I've ever like dated a stranger. You know, it's always been like a friend of a friend or something.
Yeah, because you haven't been on the dating apps, like you got on recently, right? And then
Yeah, I've never really done those. So, and they're still like, they're tedious. I don't like them.
yeah.
That's one thing that is different from 2020 versus the Sex and the City time of like early 2000s, late 90s. All those women would sleep on guys on their first date. They would drop them off or like kiss goodnight at their front door and stuff. And it's like, you can't do that shit anymore. And also, all these guys were asking these women out for dinner on the first date. Like, who has that kind of money now? Nobody has that kind of money. Nobody asks anyone out for meals. It's always like, even if you do ask each other out, it's a drink, or it's like, come hang out and smoke a blunt with me, at least in LA. Like,
the last date I went on, he picked the place, and I got there, and he was sitting at the booth with like a drink, and then he basically, I was like, oh, did you want to order or whatever? And he was like, changed my mind, I'm not hungry, but you can order because you could go to the front and order. So I ended up he like tricked me. I was like, damn, respect though.
No, I can't respect that.
I know. It was like, it was such a crazy move. I was like, he planned in advance, like he picked a place that was order at the front. It was crazy.
He's been doing this for a while. That's savvy.
Yeah.
He's been swindled too many times.
And then like I after that he was like, I'll hit you up, and I was like, yeah, sure, but I like wasn't like attracted to him or like whatever. And then like recently I like woke up like from a dream, and I was like, that bitch said he would text me, and he never did, and I was not invested in him doing it, but I still got mad. I was like, how disrespectful.
He wanted your text.
I know. I didn't care.
Yo, Niles, what's your move if you're trying to, like, you know?
I don't want to broadcast that, because then when I do it, this bitch gonna be like, nah, I saw you on that podcast, and that's
this
not
woman.
This bitch here, you
woman, Niles.
She's listening to the podcast, so you might as well just
Seems like he's got a super fan.
let her know now.
Nah,
What's your move? What's
kind
your
of
play,
move?
Niles?
What kind of move are we talking?
So, like, say you propose a first date with a woman.
Don't even say propose, Zara. That's scary for men.
I'm sorry. You ask a woman on a date. It's a first date. You
already
meet her
shut
on,
down.
like, Tinder, whatever the kids are using. You meet her on an online app, and then you meet up for the first time. Like, do you have a usual first date, first meeting place? And like, do you usually pay for things, or do you?
Yeah, I'll pay. Like, I don't like do stuff unless like I can actually pay for it. So I just feel like that's
sweet.
What is
So like that? Frozen yogurt?
Yeah.
No, like we can go somewhere and eat, but like it's just not gonna be like super expensive.
That's fair. I feel like that's a fair first date investment. I'm not like expecting anything fancy.
Yeah, and then it's just like, and like I just don't go. I don't go out with people like expecting anything. So it's just, I feel like that's the best way to do it.
That is a really great way to walk into anything, I think.
Yeah. I remember when I was doing the whole online thing, like my first meeting would always be like a easy, like coffee or frozen yogurt, or just like meet at the park, or like go to a Starbucks and then like walk to the park together. And that's like, it's like a commitment for like maybe an hour, and then you get the fuck out of there if you don't like each other. You know?
Yeah, and then like usually what I try to do is like, if it's like the first time I was hanging out, like let's like meet during the day. So then like, cause like I don't want like girls to feel weird and shit. Cause like I feel like the most, like as a dude, the more you can do to like not have women like be like uptight and tense like as much as possible is the best. Cause like you gotta like put in perspective, like you may be a quote unquote nice dude, but it's just like the amount of horrible men women come in contact with from day to day, like you're just another number at that point. So it's just like,
so you're trying to get them to relax, right?
Yeah.
So
like I try to like,
so which is your drug of preference to get them to relax?
Wow.
Rohypnol.
Yeah, you're a Rohypnol guy.
Are you that dude?
Yeah, what's your move? Nah. I'm kidding.
Are you getting hippie with it? Rohypnol with
I
it?
just feel, you know.
It was a joke.
You didn't deny it.
What?
Now, see, that's why you didn't want the ladies to know your moves. That's why you didn't want these bitches to know your moves, because they're very illegal.
I ain't retweeting shit tomorrow.
Okay, Niles, what's the most romantic date you've ever taken a woman on?
Most romantic date?
Or has that not happened yet in your life?
I'm trying to think like romantic, because like the girls I date are very like I don't know, I date people that are similar to me in a way, so like they don't like all that kind of stuff. Like we'll like go to a bar and get like chicken strips and a bunch of beers and shit.
Okay,
like
you're dating the girls who are sending you tit pics and you're sending them back dick pics, and
I've never done that before.
No,
you never sent a dick pic. Do you date mostly people from like online apps, or do you date people you
I've
know?
never dated anybody from online apps before.
He dates comics that aren't really.
No, I don't. I dated one comic. Chill. Like,
so are you dating Instagram models? Like, who are you dating? What's your type?
yeah, I date Instagram models.
Okay.
He's just trying to spread that shit.
Instagram models. You know, I meet people in real time, and then or like I meet like a lot of people at like parties and events and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to do more of. I'm trying to go to more parties and events and meet people.
That's really
but
really not something you can just do more of. You got to get invited. So
I get invited. Usually I just am like, I go to work and I stay home.
See, quit doing that.
Yeah.
I get invited to something, I'm going. You never know who you might meet.
That's true.
Well, hopefully when this is over in 2023 or something, y'all can come to a party at my place if y'all want to come to the suburbs.
No, y'all be getting
We're
robbed.
gonna rob you, Zara. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
No, I'm
That's
only
a cool thing to
inviting
do in your
people
neighborhood.
I know who are not gonna rob me. So Niles, you are not allowed to bring any of your hoes. I'm sorry.
I do date girls that steal though. I do date girls that steal.
You date girls that, but like, do they steal? But do they steal from like corporations, or do they don't steal from like individuals?
No, they just steal whatever. Like,
and I just said I have real Gucci.
I'm the type of person.
Place.
I'm very like by the book. I'm just like, I'm scared to speed. You know what I'm saying? So like the women I like are just like do terrible stuff. Like I love it.
Like dying in Florida.
Like there's this there's this girl when I was in college, right? I ran track. There's this girl on the track team, right? And I heard about the year before. Apparently, this dude did her friend wrong, so they pulled a drive-by on his house. She got some people that lived, like some dudes that lived in the town, the college town we were in, and they got guns. They pulled up and pulled a drive-by on his house. I was so turned on. I wanted her so bad. Like, I don't know what it is about women that commit crimes. I love it.
You like the Bad Girls Club chick.
I tried to get at, she was like a senior. I was a freshman. I was trying to get at her all year. Like, as soon as I heard that drive-by shit, it was.
You could be the victim of that drive-by, dude, if you do a girl wrong.
Here's hoping. Like
that's the risk you got to take.
He got his fingers crossed.
Right.
He's about to risk it all for these ladies.
If we got to the point that you would pull a drive-by over me, I had a great time.
Yeah, there it is.
I mean, she really cared about you.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
true.
women that
She
commit crime.
organized this, put some thought into it. You know, she had a whole thing planned. It's romantic.
I love women that commit crime. Like Ocean's 8 is a terrible heist movie, but I watched the whole thing because it was just women committing crime. So,
What were you doing during the movie?
What you say?
What were you doing? You were just watching?
I was just watching, waiting for it to get good.
Wait, so you don't want women to send you tit pics. You want to set pictures of them
No, send me a
stealing.
video of you pickpocketing a nigga or something. I want to see you do something crazy.
Since we're on the topic of Ocean's 8, I have one complaint about Ocean's 8.
Why? Because none of it made any sense and the ending was bullshit.
I don't care. Rihanna was in it.
That was great.
Rihanna was, I like the cast a lot, but it's like, okay, this is my one.
The cast was great.
Because every like Hollywood blockbuster, they always cast the most famous person for a role instead of like someone who's able to like really the most talented person who's able to do all the things that role requires. So Mindy Kaling played the Indian girl, and she was actually she spoke Hindi, but her Hindi was god awful. Like it was horrible. It was not even.
Really? She spoke that in the movie? I guess I didn't.
She did. She was speaking Hindi to her mother, and it was horrific.
That might have been part when I was asleep.
It was like a white woman speaking Hindi. And it's like, if this girl is supposed to be like a real Indian girl who's speaking to her mother in Hindi, like cast someone who's actually able to pronounce the words and the syllable and the concept. Like it was.
There will never stop coming for Mindy Kaling.
No, but it's like, yo, Mindy has a bazillion things going on. Okay, like cast the most famous Indian girl for the role, and it's just like. She can't even speak Hindi, like cast someone.
She playing.
Neither can anyone else on cast or crew, so that's why no one cares.
That's why it worked.
Was she playing
American?
Was she playing Indian American or like straight off the boat?
She played Indian American.
Fair. I don't speak Hindi worth shit. So.
I speak Hindi. I can speak Urdu or Hindi. Fizza, I'm telling you, I've heard that like anyone who's actually spoken Hindi to their parents growing up does not have that kind of accent. Like
it was that bad. I haven't watched the movie, so I don't know.
I watched the movie and it's just like it made me upset because it's like between us, we know at least 25 women that could have done that.
Yeah, we do.
Done like a stellar job at it, but because Hollywood wanted to cast the most famous person,
of course.
But everybody in that movie was already very famous, so it's like
I know. So
they knew the movie was bad, so they just put a bunch of famous people in it, so we watched it.
It's just like, it just makes me mad.
I thought that movie was about to be great because of the first scene when Sandra Bullock does the thing at the department store and she.
That was dope. That was the best scene.
That was the best scene of the movie, and it was the first one. So I'm sitting in the theater like, oh shit, this is about to be crazy.
I have to say, I know you're upset.
That scene in acting class, like that first scene. I've done it like maybe like 2 or 3
really?
Acting class. Yeah.
See, I don't need to see you committing crimes. I don't need to see that.
But that's just fun.
You don't want to get turned on by Zara.
No,
you don't want that to have. You want to keep it platonic. You don't need any more.
I can't see
any
don't
more
crimes.
intrigues in the comedy scene.
Because if I see mugshots of any of y'all, it's fair game at that point.
I have a mugshot, but I have a blonde mullet in it. So
you're from Florida, of course you have a mugshot. Y'all get that.
That's like your yearbook photo in Florida. It's just a mugshot. They use the same thing.
It's like headshots in LA. Everyone has a mugshot.
Yeah, everybody.
The high school caption is just like your bail money, like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's like the most likely to succeed person. They have their headshot.
You were with your mullet.
No, in middle school.
In middle school, okay.
In high school, I was most unique, and then the joke one was most likely to never grow up, which is like
all of that is accurate, very accurate.
Yeah, I guess so.
I was voted most likely to be late to graduation, and I mean that's held true forever. Yeah.
Were you late to graduation?
I was late to graduation. Yeah,
did you
that's
get there for them to call your name or like?
No, I mean
your last name was Ali. You were like one of the first people they were gonna call.
They actually did it by height, so I was like one of the last.
Stop it.
What they did? They put in all the effort to do it by height. That's crazy.
Yeah, they did it by height and like homeroom and stuff. No, I was just late to like the beginning where they're like organizing everything.
That's fine.
I just like ran in and found my home. So like it wasn't an issue. I was just like late to like the hang where everyone's just like kind of loitering around waiting to be wrangled and herded together. Like, okay, guys, time to graduate. I mean, I got there like right before. Okay, it's time to.
Niles, did you get any most likely to votes?
Yeah, I mean, I was most athletic, and
You really?
yeah,
Whoa.
I was a college athlete.
Oh yeah, there are pictures of you like playing football or something, right?
Yeah, I played everything.
You played, so you were like varsity football, basketball.
I was varsity football and varsity track. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay.
and I ran track in college.
What'd you play in football?
I was a receiver and a DB.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to college?
Oral Roberts University in Tulsa.
Mm.
Went there for 2 years, and
That's a Christian college, right?
yes, talk about that on the special a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. That's a fun story.
Yeah.
What's the name of your special?
Girls Don't Twerk the Jokes.
Oh yeah.
You know, oh my God, you're gonna have to get girls to like send in videos of them twerking to.
That's what somebody was saying. Like,
You gotta do it. You gotta start posting that shit. If anybody
never post-
listening to this podcast take a video of you twerking to a special, send it to us, and like we'll
That'd be
post
funny.
it.
I had audio in the back. Yeah, after it drops, that'd be really funny. How the audio.
Just
of you doing
make
jokes in the
sure you
background.
don't break the internet like what Tory Lanez did.
That was crazy.
He broke Instagram and then he went to Instagram jail because too many
Yeah.
people were twerking.
He got 2 million more followers because of all that.
That's crazy. But I mean, it's a good strategy to.
Yeah, he's one of the highest streamed artists on Spotify now. Like, his numbers went crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait,
Not-
I missed his thing. He had like a twerk contest.
Well, he would do his thing called Quarantine Radio, where he'd just go live and you could log in. Like, he would just, like, fans, he would just let them log in with him. And so if it was like a really hot girl, he'd be like, yeah, twerk, do something. And then they did this like milk challenge thing where you had to like twerk and pour milk on your ass at the same time.
They were twerking and just pouring. It was just like booty.
So some girls started getting
like,
naked,
milk
and that's when
pouring. It
Instagram
was
had to
crazy.
shut it down.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah,
So then he was in
Tory was doing the
Instagram
Lord's work.
jail. He was in Instagram jail for a day. And then his like label and his people forwarded Instagram, hey, this is the song, this is the album that we're releasing, and we really need Instagram as a tool to promote, especially during quarantine time. And the people, the execs at Instagram listen to the album and they're like, all right, you know what, we can't deny the people this album. So they took him out of his jail.
Yeah, dude, Niles, you gotta get blocked by May 1st and then get Instagram to
Yeah.
You know what's
unban you.
crazy? I have videos get removed from TikTok that went viral.
Oh yeah, which one was it? It was
My
TikTok's been
Drake
doing that.
joke. I had a joke
Drake-
about Drake that got 110,000 views on TikTok, and then
yeah.
a couple days later they took it down and saying it violated community guidelines.
Damn, Drake owns everything.
No,
Yeah.
seriously, and I get it though, cause like he makes them so much money because his songs, people make those stupid dance videos too,
Yeah.
and so
I
like
I did a TikTok video that was a joke about Drake,
that
and
was funny. I saw that.
mine didn't have that many views, so.
Yeah. No, it's just like I would see, and here's the thing: Aubrey gonna make me beef with him for real, cause I was cool with him, and then he did that because I was talking to somebody, and there's literal videos on TikTok of like people doing like sex positions and like doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And then I have a stand-up bit where I think I cuss one time, get taken down.
Did you?
So it's kind of, it was obviously like somebody in his camp like said.
Someone
take it
flagged
down.
it. Someone flagged it. Because
Yeah.
if it's like if there's a lot of things that like even if it gets a lot of views, if no one flags it, it's just gonna live on TikTok forever. So
Yeah.
flagged you.
I'm like,
Just
come
keep
on.
reposting it.
Yeah, repost
And then
it.
like, did you caption it?
Yeah.
When you caption it for the cuss words, just put an asterisk. Like, don't put the whole, so that they can't like track it as well. I don't know if that helps, but somebody told me to do that for Instagram.
Aubrey snitched, so I'm gonna call that nigga Drizzy Allen from now on because of that.
Aubrey's gonna be one of my neighbors, so
In California.
Damn.
What, you moving to Calabasas?
I'm in the neighboring. I can't tell you.
Yeah, we don't want to.
I'm not gonna say that here, but we're all in the same area.
People are.
I've been to
changing
Drake's
cities.
neighbor. I've been to Drake and Kanye's neighborhood a couple times.
It's a crazy neighborhood.
Yeah, I saw Kylie Jenner's house and all this crazy stuff. It's nice.
Crazy houses up there.
Did
for
she
sure.
build her house herself like she built her billion?
No, that was also manufactured.
Incredible.
Yeah. It's
I'm
all that
actually in her
lip kit
bedroom
money.
right now. No.
Can I tell you, with everyone not wearing makeup for the past month and a half, I'm very relieved to see that nobody actually looks like Kylie Jenner. Like, it's very, like, nobody,
We knew this.
everybody looks very like beautiful and normal and not engineered. So
I still think it's the greatest scam of all time that she sold lip kits to white women. Like, that is hilarious to me. Like, pictures of this girl before her lip injections. You can just buy a face and sell whatever you want now. It's incredible.
It's wild, but I get it. She preyed on a very dumb consumer group. So
It's
a
business.
billionaire now. She's
Business.
a billionaire.
Anyways.
She called. I think was it Forbes calling her self-made?
Yeah, that's why I said her
Self-made.
house.
I mean, I think I read some interview where Kris Jenner was saying that any investment that she put into her business had to come from money she earned from the show. But I mean, I don't know. She can say whatever she wants, right?
yeah, but why is she on the show? Because of
Yeah.
her last name.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's an
You know
enormous
what?
amount
This
of
is all because of Ray J. I feel like they owe Ray J
I'm telling you, niggas from
commission.
Mississippi, man, we do it.
Oh my god.
I met Ray J on Melrose. It was really funny.
What did he
It's
say?
really weird to like meet a dude and like I'm trying to have like a normal conversation, but in my head I'm like, bro, I've seen your dick on the internet. Like it was weird. It was weird to have a conversation with him, but it was cool. Ray J's a cool guy.
Has he aged at all?
No, he looks the exact same.
He looks the same, right? That's what I keep hearing.
Like Ryan Seacrest has to like cut him a percentage of the show or something.
I think they had a settlement, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Did his lawyer like make the case like they wouldn't be famous if it wasn't for this
I'm
video?
pretty
or
sure.
No, I don't
Kim
think they
and
have
Ray
that.
J- Kim and Ray J had a settlement with the porn company, Vivid Entertainment or something like that like picked up the video.
That ain't where I watched it.
I'm pretty sure they all made money out of that.
You watched the free version.
Of course I watched the free
I
version.
mean, hasn't
There was
everyone
another
watched the version right now?
Dude, I'm on a show. Get out of here.
Who is that?
My little sister.
Aw,
Hey.
wait, bring her on.
Nah, she don't need to be on. She
Okay, she's got a future.
It's got a future. All right, guys, I gotta get back to work, but this is
New Jersey brother and sister allowed to marry after 10-year-long court battle.
No.
wait,
Victor
what? Who?
Martinez posted it and said love wins.
What? Wait, where is this?
Your home state of New
In
Jersey.
Jersey? Oh my God!
The Florida of the East Coast.
Is it an Indian couple? Who is it?
No, it's a white couple.
Of course, it's a white couple.
They don't even look that much alike, so that'll be okay.
It must be
That's
South
not
Jersey.
why that's
Oh,
generally.
look at my
illegal.
shirt, Zara.
Huh?
Look at my shirt. New Jersey, only the strong
Where did
survive.
you get that? I have yet to find that shirt anywhere.
That's
Also,
great branding.
something I
Their
inherited.
kids gonna have some
Their
strong
kids,
genes.
yeah, their kids might not be able to handle it.
Hey, swimming
Wait,
with
these are
East
brother
Coast
and
is great.
sister?
He has one sister.
Jersey siblings marry. Oh, there it is. Oh my God.
They've been trying to get this done for 10 years. That was
This is
persistent.
so gross.
How pissed off are
Why?
gay people that they're like, oh, so this happened so quickly for them? We've been
Right.
fighting for
It only
decades.
took 10 years for a brother and sister to get married. It took centuries for
it.
gay people.
They can't even have kids with genetic issues.
Crazy.
But this is a quote from the brother. Why am I allowed to bang my cousin but not my sister? It just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, he has a point.
What? This is crazy.
That's what
That's
meth
like legal
does,
defense.
Tara.
He's
It
like,
makes
Your
something
Honor.
like that makes sense. If you did some meth before you read the headline, you'd be like, you know what? They got a point.
I mean, it's just
Insane.
maybe they should have to use birth control or something. So it's like do whatever the fuck you want if you're consenting adults, but
No, let
maybe
them
don't have
some.
kids because
You can't.
you're
But you
setting
can't
them up for
regulate
genetic
that.
issues.
You can't
Yeah,
regulate
no, I
that.
know. I mean, I don't know as of right now, and yeah, I don't.
Crazy.
That's like forced sterilization shit. That's like where that argument
Well,
goes.
right now they're not
I'm
supposed
gonna
to
try to do a
legally
documentary on that.
fuck.
That's crazy.
The
Well,
way
they
Tiger- all
can
that money
now.
Tiger King- all that money
Standards are
Tiger
slipping.
King-
Is this national or was
This is a
state?
Supreme Court. Supreme Court. It was a 5-4 ruling.
Oh,
Somebody
man.
voted yes on this.
huh.
5 somebodies.
5 somebodies.
And we know exactly who they are.
Yeah,
Maybe-
exactly.
Maybe we
Like,
don't deserve to have a country again.
No, I don't think we're fair in this country,
Somebody
honestly.
posted-
This is crazy.
We have like moved past the need.
Oh my
Wait, this is a Snopes article from 2019. It's a they did not win the right to vote.
They didn't.
As of this is hold on.
It says no there's a Snopes fact check. Hold on, let me
I only read headlines, so
This is the problem.
This is as of April 19th.
This item was not a factual recounting of real life events. It was originated on a website that's satirical in nature.
You sure?
Well, you can dream, Niles.
Now I'm kind of disappointed now.
I don't know. Is World News Daily Report not like an official source of news?
Yeah, I think I think maybe let's check beyond that.
Damn it.
I just saw New Jersey, and so I just figured it was true.
World News and Snopes. What else? IB Times. Oh, it's okay. You know what? The New Jersey website, the New Jersey Radio 101.5. No, brothers and sisters can't get married in New Jersey.
Damn.
Somebody watched that like, damn.
I know.
Damn it. This is as of December 2nd, 2019.
This is why people listening. This is why you should read the articles, guys.
And
Okay.
that
I
the
don't
whole
have to do that.
time.
It's funny,
This
so.
was the whole setup. We just wanted to teach that
It's fake.
moral at the
It's
end.
fake.
Hey,
I don't have
hey,
to.
Paul, can you do the more you know graphic of our
I'm not a productive member of society, so I'll continue just reading the headlines. But the rest of you, read that shit.
You guys, that was fake news. I feel better about being from New Jersey now.
You shouldn't, but okay.
Yeah, I know.
That
I
was
was like,
definitely like I
believe
felt better.
so.
But here's the sad part: you believed it a little bit, though.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on? That makes no sense. But okay, I feel better now. I feel better.
There's
Yeah.
You can
There-
rest easy.
Yeah.
there's a whole like I read all these articles about this isn't for necessarily for marriage, but there are all these, it's so freaking creepy, dude. There are all these like couples that are like daughters and fathers that have been separated until like he like left and then came back when she was older, and then they fell in love and they were like, I don't know, there was just something familiar about him. And it's like, yeah, he's your dad. What are you talking
That
about?
was gross.
It's disgusting, dude. So
Nice.
gross.
Damn.
Terrible
Well,
father,
what
great
if he cheats
husband.
on her with her mom?
I know.
Ooh, I just wrote a Lifetime movie. Let me put that in my phone.
You keep tweeting like movies on your Twitter.
Yeah, I do that all the time. So that if people make a movie like that, then I'll have it timestamped.
Okay, speaking of, I think it's been about an hour, so you might as well plug your socials.
Oh yeah, follow me on Twitter at Niles100. Follow me on Instagram at the Niles Abston Show, and then subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just search "Girls Don't Twerk the Jokes" and it'll come up. Hit me on there so you can see the special.
Hell yeah.
Thank you,
Oh,
Niles.
May
Thanks,
1st.
Niles.
And which state are you in again right now?
Mississippi.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Different time zone.
I honestly wanted this to be 5 hours so I don't have to deal with this, but you know, it was good to get a break from reality.
Well, it comes out tomorrow, so you have another hour to listen to it.
I'll listen to it tomorrow. Sweet.
Yeah. We're Facial Recognition Comedy, facialrecognitioncomedy.com.
Facial Recognition Comedy on Instagram and Facebook. Facial Rec Comedy on Twitter. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/facial recognition comedy.
I already know somebody from Mississippi gonna be dumb and be like, "Man, how you get on a podcast in India, nigga? How you do that shit?" All right,
Oh God.
watch. It's gonna happen. Man, how'd you do that? Like, you know,
Can you
they're over here too, bro. I don't know if you know this.
screenshot it and send it to
Dude, you blowing up. How you get on a podcast out there?
They'll be like, their English is so good.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
So if anyone has, actually, you know what? Like, it was fun to answer some questions. So if anyone has any questions, slide into our DMs. Like,
Yeah, ask her about her Florida past.
it's out there.
We need to post that mugshot. We need to have our own Mugshot Ease.
Our socials. I'm Fizadasani at Fizadasani. If you misspell it, I think it'll still find me.
Don't misspell mine because it won't. It's Paula Vegaналan, PallaViGunalan. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, website, TikTok.
Fuck TikTok.
Okay, and this is Zara Ali. I'm really Zara on all the socials. Zara is spelled Zahra. Really Zara on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all the things. Yay. Now I have to go back to work.
Aw, have fun.
Make that money, honey.
Okay.
Thanks for being here, Niles.
Oh, of
Thanks,
course. Thanks
Niles.
for letting me do a little promo. I appreciate it.
Hell
What's,
yeah.
do you have any last words? Not like last words as in like,
Closing remarks.
yeah, there we go.
Watch my special, and if you get offended by any of the jokes, fuck you. That's that.
All righty.
All right.
Sounds good.